Yoruba main headlines this morning. Yoruba this morning we have bonfire by protesting youths at Uncle Joe's Chemist Junction, Mokola Ibadan, following the killing of a 14-year-old boy by Amotekun cops at Darlington Street. Let me run it once more. You're welcome to bystanders at the newsstands this morning here on the streets of Lagos. And we are in Ogba, to be precise, to do justice to the newspaper headlines. I would be my wonderful reviewer, Mr. Matthew is here, Mr. Lucky is here. They're all here to respond to your questions. And look at the topic this morning. Nnamdi Kanu 2 broadcast from detention coming Monday from DSS detention. Nnamdi Kanu set to broadcast from DSS detention, and also DSS court stopped DSS from arresting Sunday Igboho. Let's look at newspaper headlines this morning. I have the Daily Sun with me, and also I do have the Vanguard newspaper. The Vanguard, what does the Vanguard have for this morning? Above the masthead, we won't rest until we regulate social media in Nigeria. We won't rest until we regulate social media in Nigeria. That's from Lai Mohammed. Oh, Olu of Warri coronation. Police to deploy anti-bomb unit, 1,000 men in Warri. Olu of Warri coronation. Remember, they are looking for the crown of the Olu of Warri. It was maybe abducted, kidnapped, or stolen. Police to deploy anti-bomb unit, 1,000 men in Warri. Below the masthead, we have silver under fire over 3% equity. Buhari begs. PIA, Petroleum Industrial Act. Timpere Silva, Minister of State, Petroleum Resources, under fire over 3% equity. Buhari Beg says Nigeria lost $50 billion in 10 years to non-passage of PIB. Nigeria lost $50 billion in 10 years to non-passage of PIB. Approves implementation committee headed by Silva. 3% not good deal for Niger Delta, says Pandef, Postcom, others. 3% not a good deal for Niger Delta, says Pandef, Postcom. You can ask your questions on that. Lambert Silva rejects Buhari's appeal to accept 3%. APC governors back Buhari on Petroleum Industrial Act, says party committed to economic restructuring. Party committed to economic restructuring. Lawan hints on amendment of new law. Okay. Lagos evacuates beggars, miscreants off roads. Lagos evacuates beggars, miscreants off roads. Nigerian High Commission in London reopens August 23rd after COVID-19 scare. Nigerian High Commission in London reopens August 23rd after COVID-19 scare. You can see the pictures we have here on the Vanguard newspaper. We have from left, Deputy President of the Senate, Ovie Omoagege, Deputy Speaker, House of Representatives, Ahmed Wase, Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, President Muhammadu Buhari, and President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, during Mr. President's statement on assented petroleum industrial bill at the presidential villa in Abuja yesterday. That is okay. Let's look at youth protest killing of 17-year-old boy in Ibadan. Youth protest killing of 17-year-old boy in Ibadan. Federal Executive Council approves 21.11 billion naira for aviation, education, others. Okay, 658 million sniffer dogs for Lagos, Abuja Airport. Let's move to the Sun newspaper this morning. Daily Sun, shine on us. Southeast leaders creating confusion in IPOB, Kanu's lawyer alleges. Southeast leaders creating confusion in IPOB, lawyer alleges. Olu of Warri, Delta CP deploys 1,000 personnel for coronation. Olu of Warri, Delta CP, Commissioner of Police, deploys 1,000 personnel for coronation. Yoruba, Igbo, Arewa, Middle Belt elders back Masari's self-defense call. Yoruba, Igbo, Arewa, Middle Belt elders back Masari's self-defense call. Say situation has reached a point where Nigerians must take destiny in their hands. situation has reached point where Nigerians must take destiny in their hands. Lagos gets committee to flush out street beggars and hawkers. Lagos gets committee to flush out street beggars and hawkers. Igboho court extends restraining order on DSS AGF. Igboho court extends restraining order on DSS and AGF. Awards 50,000 naira cost against federal government if they are going to pay. Nigeria lost $50 billion worth of investment in 10 years over non-passage of PIB. Nigeria lost $50 billion worth of investment in 10 years over non-passage of PIB, Buhari is saying. Silver Health PIA implementation panel. Police confirmed death of 7 family members in Osun State. Police confirmed death of 7 family members in Osun State. Government orders immediate investigation, autopsy. United Arab Emirates removes Nigeria from visa on arrival list. That means you have to have your visa before you get into Dubai. UAE removes Nigeria from visa on arrival list. Okay, let's look at, get your comments going. Mr. Matthew, good morning, Mr. Matthew.
Good morning, Mr. Christian.
How's your week?
We thank God.
Okay, Lagos gets committee to flush out street beggars, hawkers. Lagos gets committee to flush out street beggars and hawkers. How do you look at that policy?
Thank you very much. Matthew is the name once more. Why should you be ejecting hawkers from the streets? I don't think it's the right thing to do.
Nuisance to
what do you mean by nuisance?
Activities on the street.
I don't think that is an issue. Because if you look at it,
but when you go to railway at Agege, you see
they can regulate their conduct. Because much as I understand that I know, there is a freedom of movement in the constitution. And there is no law that criminalizes begging, whether by God or by Nigerian constitution. So on what basis do you want to start arresting and mopping them off the streets? You can regulate their conduct and restrict them to some areas, perhaps because of decency. But subjecting them to human treatment by arresting and treating them as common criminals, I don't think it's the right way to go. We are taking the time pass under Fashion because as Nigerians,
and hawkers also, hawkers, people hawk.
What I'm saying, okay, hawkers, you can do a law to outlaw it, because there are some hawkers who are within the age bracket of school children, and within school hours, you see they are hawking. You can make a law to discourage people from hawking or abusing children, using them for hawking. You can equally make a law to restrict people from hawking in some areas. When it comes to law to restrict people from hawking, if there is a law on that, the state government can enforce it. It's a different thing from saying you want to stop people from street begging. But again, if you make a law that say people should not beg in Lagos and you're enforcing the law, it's a different thing from when you are just using policy, government pronouncement, fiat, to say you are restricting people from hawking in Lagos. When there is no law, you cannot just wake up one day and start mopping up hawkers on the street. Beggars on the street. I don't think it's the right way to go.
Okay. Nnamdi Kanu to broadcast from detention. I don't know if you saw that story yesterday.
I don't think it's possible. I think what they are saying is maybe one of his disciples will broadcast on his behalf. Because how do you think that DSS will allow him to broadcast in detention?
It's technology.
I don't think it's true. Because even the letter that he needed to sign for consular assistance from the British High Commission, we are made to understand by his lawyer that DSS refused to allow him assent to that letter, or form rather. The form that equally came from a British legal firm,
okay,
that seek to take over his case, to offer him legal assistance. The DSS equally deprive him from assenting to that form. So how do you now want me to believe that he will be broadcasting from detention?
Let me read from Sahara Reporters. Simon Ekpa, the Finland-based member of the indigenous people of Biafra, has said the detained leader of the group, Nnamdi Kanu, directed that he would henceforth lead the group's Monday broadcast from the Department of State Services Detention.
That is what I'm saying.
Sahara Reporters.
If he was not allowed to assign a fund that was sent to him, and you only get access to him when DSS gives the access, the lawyer was the only one being granted access to him. It was only recently one of his siblings was granted access to him. So what I don't understand the magic wand or how you want to play the technology that will give him leverage to broadcast from DSS
it only
facility.
takes a phone and only takes.
And who tells you that DSS will allow him to be in custody of his phone? What I'm saying is, I'm looking at Nigerian system where especially where they even violate your rights. And how do you think, considering the manner they arrested Nnamdi Kanu, how do you think they will give him that privilege, that leverage to have access to his communication, to his phone? I don't think they will allow him to have access to his phone. What I'm saying is speculative. I don't think Nigerian DSS will be so civil to the point that they will allow Nnamdi Kanu access to his phone. I don't think so.
Okay, let's look at Yoruba Igbo. Arewa Middle Belt elders back Masari self-defense court. Taking up arms.
That has been the position of almost every stakeholder. It's just that Masari is saying it recently. If you look at the statement credited to the Bauchi State Governor, I'm talking about Bala Mohammed, where he said that the Fulani man is a global citizen. That the Fulani man do not need visa to move around the world. That the Fulani man move about with AK-47 and some other sophisticated weapons for self-defense. So I think that have laid credence to assertion from Nigerians that these people are potential threats to every strata of the society. The Azishaku Ataraba said, I've said it before now, that if you cannot take away arms and ammunition, if you cannot disarm these bandits, these herders, legalize arms, let people bear arms.
Like Nigerians, let us bear arms.
If logically he's correct, if you are in your house, you are a law-abiding citizen, you rely on Nigerian police, Nigerian army, okay, Nigerian police in this circumstance to protect you, and the Fulani man will pass through all the roads leading to your house and get to your house, bring you out, bring your wife out, rape the person's wife, perhaps kidnap the man, go away with the person, and ransom is paid. Is it not logical to say now legalize and so that people can defend themselves? For me, if the government know that they don't have what it takes, like we have seen, to defend the people, legalize AK-47.
Won't the rate of criminal activities increase?
It will not increase.
If you legalize arms.
It will not increase. It will not increase because the man who is coming to attack you is aware that you are armed, so he will be careful. But the situation where you are coming to unarmed citizens, you are like the king. You are praying with impunity because nobody is challenging you. But if the man who is coming to attack you is aware that you have equal arm as he has, he'll be wary of coming to you. He'll be looking for soft targets. And where it stands, the whole society is soft target because nobody is bearing arms. The only place they cannot go with infantry is military barracks, police barracks. We have even seen situations where they are running even some police formation, even some divisional police offices, even up to the point of overrunning some formation that is above divisional police. So the only area where that is not soft target for them is military barrack, police barrack, and things like that. So it is right to say legalize arms. Let Nigerians have right to bear arms. Now, even if you are not legalizing arm, what stops you from empowering state arrangements from bearing arm? I'm talking of Amateku and some other security arrangement put in place by state governments. Empower them to bear arm, change the security system, this command and control from Abuja, that you only rely on the edge of police, you only rely on the chief of army staff, chief of defence staff, chief of air staff, chief of naval staff. All command is from Abuja, and all these persons I've mentioned is answerable to the chief security officer, who is under Mr. President. I'm not saying the arrangement is wrong, but decentralize the security arrangement, give the state some level of security power, so that the governor can give order to the head of security in the state. The way it stands, like Wike said the other day, that he's the chief logistic officer of the state. They try to address him as the chief security officer of the state. He said no, that is not the chief security officer of the state, but rather he's the chief logistic officer of the state. Because the only thing he can do is buy Hilux van, buy gadgets, security gadgets for police and all that, build police station for them, build barracks for them, buy kits for them. That's the only thing he can do. He cannot ask the president, he cannot ask the commissioner of police in the state. He cannot give order to the commissioner of police in the state. I could remember the then commissioner of police in Rivers State under Amechi. I'm talking of Joseph Mbu. He was quoted to have said that he have tamed the governor. A commissioner of police telling you that he have tamed Amechi as a governor. You see you see that it's funny. And I've seen even Jonah Jang as a governor in Plateau State. He said that as a governor and commander and chief security officer of the state, that he do not command a fly. And this is the lacuna we are seeing. This is the reason we are seeing this disconnect, this vacuum. Because you have a situation where a place like Oyo State, you have Igongo, you have Ibarapano local government area, you see Fulani wreaking havoc, and the people do not have the governor do not have what it takes to tell the commissioner of police where and where to deploy personnel. And if the governor, by way of intelligence, give the police hierarchy in the state what is at his disposal, it will be at the discretion of the commissioner of police whether to go or not, whether to send his men or not. But if Amateku, for instance, is given the leeway to bear arms, that directly under the command and control of the state governor, the state governor, the buck rests with him. He can deploy them to trouble areas, and they know the terrain better than all the people they recruit from Abuja, give them training in Abuja, and send them to different parts of the country. So in a nutshell, the call for self-defense is in order.
Liz Zed is saying that some are hesitant on arming the public, while some are fearful that the guns will be used irresponsibly.
His fear is genuine, but is he not better than the situation we have? Is it now okay? Who now gives the Fulani herdsmen right to carry gun? Do the constitution empower them to carry gun? And a situation where the federal government seems to be handicapped in disarming them, do you now leave the citizens at the mercy of the bandits, at the mercy of the Fulani herdsmen? We have a situation where Fulani herdsmen, a group that goes by the name of Fulani Nationality Movement, attempted assassination attempt on Autumn, the current governor of Benue State. So a situation where the federal government, through Nigerian police, army, DSS, have not been able to synergize and disarm them. Do you now leave Nigerians at the mercy of these criminals? Look at what is happening in Afghanistan. Taliban, that is an extremist, the whole world knows. That is terrorist by nature, the whole world is aware, have taken over the government of Afghanistan. And it is, whether we like it or not, they are becoming legitimate government. And the whole world is giving condition to even recognize them. So if you don't fight, if you don't give Nigerians power to own this security issue themselves and defend themselves, we will get to a stage where Boko Haram or ISWAP overrun Abuja, seize Asu Rock, and start governing everybody. Is that the situation we are waiting for? What I'm saying in essence is, the situation we have, I agree with the person that asked that question. There will be some level of abuse, but that abuse is, you don't compare it with what you have. It's just because like a place like Lagos and some other places, you have relative peace. You cannot say the same thing of Kaduna. You cannot say the same thing of Zamfara. You cannot say the same thing of Niger. Even the whole state of Mr. President, Katsina, you cannot say the same thing. We have even seen in Katsina recently, youths have started coming out to protest openly. So I understand the concern of that the person who asked the question. There is a genuine concern, but under the current scenario that the federal government have failed to disarm these criminals, do we continue living at the mercy of these criminals? I don't think the answer is yes.
Okay, Lai Mohammed is saying that we won't rest until we regulate social media in Nigeria. Is that the issue?
If Lai Mohammed happens to be out of government tomorrow, I don't think he'll be saying what he's saying. I'm not saying people should be using social media to carry out fake news. I'm not saying people should be, we have slander, we have libel already captured in our constitution. And if somebody commits slander or libel against another person through social media, there's nothing that stops you from going to court to ask court to prosecute that person. But the approach of government, from what we can understand from the side we are sitting, it looks as if the federal government want to gag the citizens, want to receive the citizens, want to deprive them from freedom of expression. Because if somebody slanders you on social media, it's already in our law. Why don't you go to court to prosecute that person? If somebody commits libel against you through social media, whether Facebook, whether WhatsApp, whether Instagram, name it, you can go to court and prosecute that person. So I don't know what else he's looking for, because what they have done to Twitter, if that's what they are looking for, is a means of trying to guard the press, not regulation. We already have sufficient laws to prosecute people who commit crime against other people, whether through social media or physically like this.
Okay, let's look lastly, Buhari begs as Silva is under fire over 3%. And also looking at the coronation of Dodo of Wari from Delta State. What's the issue there?
Okay, if you look at the 3% vis-a-vis the Buhari position, I think Buhari is being hypocritical. Because if you look at that bill, it's an executive bill. And if you look at the issue of Niger Delta, it's an age-long thing. It predates this government, even the government before this government. We have had struggles from one point of the other to another in Niger Delta over resource control, over fair share of the revenue. Now, this thing is an executive bill. You drafted it. You knew that there will be reaction if you give host communities 3%. Not only that, as at the point the thing was being deliberated in both chambers of National Assembly, there were reaction from host communities, from Niger Delta generally. Issue of 3% and 5% arose. Senate adopted 3%, Rep adopted 5%. Now, when they came up with conference committee, they finally went for 3%. Before Mr. President assented to that bill, people were calling on him not to assent to that bill because the issue of that 3% needed to be addressed. We have a situation where you have proposed 30% of money that were accrued to NNPC to oil prospecting in the frontal basin. And most of the frontal basin, like Gongola Basin, Bida Basin, Kanu, Benue, True Basin, and most of them are in the north. are not even looking at only that they are from the north. You have a situation where the world is looking at alternative source of energy because of global warming. You are not looking at that. You are proposing to invest more in fossil fuel. Away from that, look at the governors now. They are at variance, at loggerhead with Mr. President over this bill. The reason is not far-fetched. You have NNPC, which is a cash cow, which normally belongs to the revenue that accrue from oil should go into federation account. It belongs to the 3 tiers of government. And if you look at the ownership of NNPC by this act, it tells you that federal government is its own owner. So it's not giving any equity to state governments, and even local governments. You see that the bill and the governors too, because of their dirty politics, because they were not careful to look at the details before they directed their foot soldiers, who are the senators and the House of Rep members, to go and vote along party line. Otherwise, they would have asked their party, their subordinates, who happens to pay allegiance to them, the senators and House of Rep members, not to vote in favor of that bill, because it gives only federal government almost so autonomy over NNPC. They are looking at the Warri issue. I think it is part of impunity that reigns in Nigerian system. We have a situation where there is controversy over who is the right person to be enthroned on a throne rather. I think the right thing to do would have to clear all the controversies, because by our standard there should be a right thing to do. Before somebody is agitating that he is the right person, I think the needful thing to do was to summon a stakeholders meeting. Let's understand who is being cheated. Is the person being proposed, the designate, is he the right person? I think they needed to resolve all this before you think of deploying is it 1,000 policemen for the purpose of coronation. Is it not a recipe for crisis? What if you end up using police to police the whole environment and install the king, and you start seeing crisis, killing, maiming, arson from that axis of the country? Have you solved any problem? I think the way to solve the problem was to resolve all the impending disagreement before installing whoever you think is the right person to install, rather than installing person and at the end of the day you start seeing crisis in the society.
Okay, final thought, Mr. Matthew.
My final thought has always been the same thing, that our government should learn how to do the right thing by following the rule of law, and that they should remember that posterity will judge them for whatever thing they do. And finally, that when you are in position of authority, governance, that it is ephemeral in nature, it transcends. It's just for a while. A time will come where you have to render sea worship to the Almighty God, not even human courts. And when it comes to that level, you don't bribe it, just like you can bribe your way in Nigeria. So I think that is a food for thought for our leaders.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Matthew. We'll still expect you back, Mr. Matthew, for other questions. Okay, I have Mr. Lucky Edo.
Nnamdi, Lagos.
Good
morning, my brother. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, my brothers and sisters all over the whole world. Thank you again for the wonderful this morning.
Okay, Lagos sets committee to flush out street beggars and hawkers. How do you look at that?
Anyway, in that area, I think
now you can see hawkers on the street. Lagos is setting a committee to flush out people that hawk on the street and beggars.
Where are you flushing them to? Are you flushing them to River Benue or River Niger or River what? What are they going to eat? These are people who are surviving. People who are looking for daily bread to eat. Because we have no government. We have economy is dead. Insecurity, poverty, hatred, humanizing, so many things. So where are you going to send them to?
Humanizing?
Yes, now everywhere now you see, now, hawker has overtaken everywhere because of they want to eat. Ambrapa has taken weapon against brothers and sisters because they want to eat. Kidnapper has become a business under this president. So many things. So the Arab government, what would they do? Where are you going to take them to? Are you going to flush them to River Niger or River Benue? Tell me now, my brother. They have to hug to survive. They have to hug to survive. Because if other world, other like America or Ghana or other country, they make provision for those people. They make small store where they small a market where they can triumph. But here, nothing. Even when you work, even those who are sweeping, they don't pay them. That doesn't mean they hold them salary. Look at doctors. So what do you expect them to do? When it comes times of eating, you don't eat, you die. Nobody wants to die. When you see dead, you have to survive. So that's why you see them hawking or begging. Are they not the same people who allow them to enter Lagos? Have you visited toll gate and see how they are trooping in? So with trailers. So I didn't do have security agency there. So where are you going to take them to? Ask me, my brother, where are you taking them to? So what I'm saying is that it's good.
Are you saying this policy only favors the rich or?
It doesn't last. It cannot last. They always say today, tomorrow they won't do it. We have no government. Government, it can't last. They will use them for politics when time comes. They will bring them back again.
They will bring them back?
Yes. They always like that. When 2023 is coming now, they will bring them back. Where are they taking them to? That's the question. My brother, can't last. This policy cannot last. Give me another topic.
Yoruba Igbo, Arewa Middle Belt elders back Masare's self-defense.
That self-defense, yes. Because that's what I'm saying.
Weapons for self-defense.
For governor of Katsina, where president come from, Masare can be saying that kind of thing. Many governors have said that past. I don't know. It's time for people to take weapon against the enemy. I don't know. Against the enemy. Because you can't sit and they are killing your brother, you're killing your wife, killing your children. You sit for what? So for the governor to say that is to tell you that this government, both the president and the governor has failed. That's what I mean. So they don't know what to do. So you have to ask people to take an arm against the enemy. Who are the enemy? It's those who are kidnapping, armed robber, killing. They are same brothers. That's what I'm saying, brother against brother. The same knot. It's not only the knot, everywhere now, kidnapping. In Lagos, courtesan. So many things. So we always survived by the grace of God. So for Masare to say that, not only Masare, Benue governor have said that, a lot of governors have said that. So the meaning of that, there's anarchy. I don't know what I mean. But what I'm saying, if we take up arms, we'll face the government first. We'll face them. Those who are saying take up arms, yes, they'll face them.
Face government.
Yes.
Who are the government?
Who are the governors? We have governors, ministers, senator, president, whoever, who cannot secure the people. So when people take up arms, what would they face? I give you an example. The Afghanistan who take up arms, they face who? They face their government. So their government run away. One day it will happen for Nigeria like that. Because you refuse to give them food.
So people won't agree with you on this one.
I will give you an example. When the government fed the people, what would the people resort to? They will resort to. They will. Have you not seen several times where the bandits are killing the big men? Kidnapping senator? Not only the poor people, they are doing that too. They kill the big men. Have you forgot the former general? But the one that went to farm, they kill him with the escort. So the thing has become rampant. Not only the poor people. Everybody is suffering it.
Okay. Now let's look at Robert which say, Mr. Lucky, please don't forget to mention yam today.
Hey, my brother, you know what? Yam is so expensive. Not only yam, oil, pepper, onions, everything very expensive. So for me, I will always mention yam because a yam now, 2 bag of yam, 2,000, 3,000, a bigger one, small one, 500. My brother, yes, the big yam. It's 2,000, 3,000. Go and price it now. Who is going to farm? Nobody go to farm. Everybody is just looking for where. That's why I see those people, those who are hawking, they will hawk. How will they eat? Some have to do something to survive. I'm telling you the truth, my brother. Are you talking about beans? Do you know how much for beans? Everything is very expensive. Why? Why is that? Because people are not going to farm. People are not producing. Imagine my president, whoever president, President Muhammadu Buhari, somebody I should not mention, I'll mention him, say that previous president not implement PIB for what? But he forget, just 6 years of Buhari, or 7 years now we are going, Nigeria has come down to zero under him. Why are you blaming the past president? Are you not among blaming that the past president Yaradua, Goodluck, Obasanjo did not implement PIB? But my brother, the way you implement 3% to Niger Delta, where oil is coming from, the people cannot access it. They are dying. So people are dying every day, kidnapping every day, killing every day. So under your watch 6 months, everything just become grounded to zero. People will then die before they see that 3%. First of all, he is the worst president that failed Nigeria. Insecurity. Yes, now.
Mr. Integrity.
He said Mr. Integrity. Which integrity when billions are lost in everything? Trillions under his watch. Under his watch, he said, Abakari is a super professional CID. Why the former EFCC, where are they? They are being accused. When your boys are being accused, what of the president? So a lot of things are going under, which we know, but they say don't say it. Things are wrong under this government. I don't know, you are blaming the past. Blame yourself, you are part of it. Under your watch for 6 years, Nigerians are dying. Sickness, hatred, hunger, kidnapping. Now that make governor to say, please help yourself. That's why I say, when we help ourselves, first of all, we face the government. Give me another topic, my brother.
Saying this now, they might not consider allowing you to hold weapons.
My brother, if the governor of Katsina can say, please go and hold your weapon, that's the meaning. So if I hold my weapon, first of all, I will face the government first, because they are the obstacle on the road. I face the kidnapper. In fact, when you hold gun, kidnapper will not even dare you. Amraba will not dare you. Yes, in America, do you think if American citizens is not holding gun, America, where you know they'll be knocking their houses. So you have got to that area whereby the governors of Benue and Katsina, where the president come from, every day kidnap him, every day kill him. That is why the reason that the governor said, go and pick up your self-defense. The meaning of what is self-defense? Go and defend yourself. So if it happens, they will face them first.
Somebody saying you referring Taliban, what happened in Taliban to Nigeria? He said to Nigeria, he's saying, does he understand that Taliban is Muslim? We do not need that in Nigeria.
Let me give you an example. During 2015, 2014, Boko Haram must take over Abuja. When Goodluck sent in Jerica, should push them out for the election. Almost the same thing. Now, give you an example. If those who said they are repented, Boko Haram, I want to bring them to the society, exactly the same thing Obama did, release one of the head of Taliban in Afghanistan. I don't know what I mean. Release him, but the same person who went to organize this Taliban in Afghanistan that took over government, the same way, all these Boko Haram who are saying they are surrender, one day they will flee to the society and take over. It's the same way. There's nothing different, my brother.
Somebody is saying that carrying weapon is not the solution. Sharing this country will solve all the problems.
Will the elite allow them to share the country? Look at Niger Delta, that 3% they said they gave. The same elite are the ones that are going to share it. He said governors. I don't know what I mean. People are angry. People are not happy. I don't know what I mean. Let me tell you, if the city is not carrying weapon, why did they allow Boko Haram, bandit, herdsmen carrying gun? Why are they carrying gun, my brother? Killing people. Is that the best? Okay, why the governors I say defend yourself? Why they say defend yourself? Am I going to defend myself with the other hand or stick? When somebody is carrying AK-47? That's the question. The governor who said defend yourself, why they call him another? Benue governor say defend yourself. As Buhari call him another. If those who are holding machine gun, weapon, everything are not defending the people, they mean that whole ordinary hand. They are telling me defend myself. So if they can agree, appoint God for everybody, I tell you this country we have peace. Dividing the country, who will divide the country?
Won't we have criminal activities increase?
My brother, in America, I don't think the criminal increase like that the way Nigeria is doing because we don't have gun. That's why you see anybody 100 can just be kidnapped. Are there ever one day kidnap 100 in America, or kidnap 50 in America, or kidnap not in America, in Ghana here, Togo here? Have you seen where they kidnap 45, 50? Is it happen? Because Nigeria government is not working. Let's say the truth. So I will not say every day, 55, 6 is becoming a daily job in Nigeria. You know now, yesterday in Katsina, having the kidnap people in school. Kaduna has closed school. So what do you expect?
Okay.
Do you want people to die like that?
Questions are coming in.
Yes.
What is the one thing Mr. Lucky would do differently if you were president?
My brother, if I'm a president of Nigeria, first of all, I will make sure have a law that will back the citizen. First of all, citizenship first. Citizenship, because the people, when the people are happy, I don't think we have kidnapping. When the people are eating, I don't think we have kidnapping. I give you an example. Little Yaradua, or good luck, or passenger, there was enough food, there was enough water, enough things. Was they kidnapping like this? Was the hatred came like where father and mother hate themselves? School fees was it paid? Everything was okay. I don't know. So when you are a president, when you bring justice to the people, they will happy with you. Are you getting me? They were happy with you. During good luck time, how much was bag of rice? People were happy. But under Buhari, have 30,000 naira bag of rice. Do you pay? People are angry. People are not happy. So they will revoke against you. So if I'm a president, I'll make sure first of all.
Somebody say you buy Agbada first.
No, I won't buy Agbada. I can wear nika like Tayo. I can make dress simple, go around. Our president cannot even move around as a president. When you move around, the people will like you. They won't hate you. But this time around, we only fly from Lagos to Abuja, from Abuja to London. You don't see the people. When they come for election, that's why you go around. So when you left the people have no option to take arm against you. Who are the people? It's the same people that the northerners train. If God check them, who trained those people who are carrying arm? Are you hearing me? Who trained those people? It is not who are carrying arm. Who trained them? So what I'm saying, if I'm a president, I will make sure there is peace in every corner. Give them what the people need, my brother. What we need, we need light. They need food. They need shelter. That will make people happy with you. I get me. That's the only thing. So give me on the right topic, my brother.
Let's say I'm not answering the question, but let's go. Lastly, Simon Ekpa is saying that Nnamdi Kanu would broadcast from detention on Monday. With the way DSS is handling his case, do you think it's possible?
They normally, when you are in prison, you have freedom of information.
In prison?
Yes, in prison. Yes, you can. I know it's very difficult in Nigeria here. I don't say me. If nothing, anything can possible. If Kanu PA or lawyer speak, it's the same Kanu that speak. That's for my own area. I don't say me. It doesn't necessarily of Kanu speak from prison. Let me tell you, that struggle is not made for Kanu alone. That struggle has become millions of Igbos, not only Igbos, including the South, the South East, everybody. We are supported because of that treatment, bad treatment that this president particularly is giving to that man. Let me tell you, he's making it to be popular. That's the only thing. He's making it to be popular. I know Kanu, nobody will kill him. One day, we'll be out of that place and get free, just like the way Mandela did. And Sunday Igboho too. So what I'm saying, Nigeria, Wake up for your slumber. Nigeria is sleeping. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lucky. Edonobi Lagos. I have Mr. Kule. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, my brother. How are you doing
If
today?
you're president, what will you do differently?
What will I do differently? Yeah, I will impact in life and turn around the misfortune of people, right?
How?
How? By good policy, economic policy. Because once you bring on the table good economic policy, it will really, show on the masses that the government is okay, right? The government is doing well.
In the area of insecurity, what will you do?
You see, when there is good economic policy, right, insecurity is nowhere to be found. When people are happy, when people can afford to get what they want, to buy what they want, although there might be pockets of insecurity in which you can easily tame. But this one, they say an hungry man is an hungry man. And an hungry man can do anything to get himself something to sustain. So the result of the maladministration in this country is what you're seeing in insecurity. And the way I see things likewise, the maladministration, you just say the misrule of this country. Because I want to go to Boko Haram issue before, but to us here, it's only my region now, no. To us here is the maladministration of the economy that is bringing in all this
Boko Haram.
But to the Boko Haram, only God knows their problem over there. Because the same people that are terrorizing the whole nation, and you name them terrorists, you label them terrorists, and you're about giving them amnesty. And the freedom fighters, that will call freedom fighters, that can place, I can place them in a space and in a history book of, dignities like Mandela. Because Mandela too rose up to fight against apartheid under Peter Botha and Edwin and Clark, under Clark and Botha. So you could see what the struggle has brought, Mandela struggle has brought South Africa to now, where blacks are the one in power, while the white are in charge of the economy. And the whites themselves, they have a limit, because once the president make an order, it binds all tribes in South Africa, both white South Africans and black. So the way it is, once the government is in shape, the people will be in shape likewise.
Lagos gets committee to flush out street beggars and hawkers.
It's due, not only street beggars and hawkers, they should get a committee to profile all these Okada people in Lagos too. Because any small thing now, violence will erupt from them. They are too aggressive. I'm talking of the Okada, and they have no identity. They have no identity. Any provocation, anything can happen.
We have in Nigeria Immigration Service.
You say what?
We have our immigration.
Are they doing their work? They can only do their work in Lagos border here, in western border, in eastern border. But they are not doing their work in the north, man. How are those immigrants? How are those terrorists? How are those bandits? Where are they entering? Where are they entering from? So if they are really doing their work, they should have been profile all these people, Fulani killer herdsmen, before they enter this country. So I don't know who is
How
in
will
charge.
the hawker get his or her daily bread when he or she is stopped from the streets?
Who's going to stop it? I mean, I don't understand that question.
The
But
Lagos gets committee to flush out street beggars and hawkers.
and hawkers.
Yes.
Definitely. They find out that most of these hawkers, they are the highway robbers. Especially the ones on, what's it called? Maryland. At night, it has happened. They rob people in disguise of hawking. But, you see, majority of these hawkers, is the economy of this country is good. Majority of these hawkers, they are migrants, they are immigrants. They enter from another state down here because of the bad economic policy. I now, as I'm standing with you, if my state has all the infrastructure Lagos State have, what the hell am I doing there? If there's job creation in my state, what the hell am I doing there? My duty can be, even if I'm working in Lagos and my state has the state-of-the-art infrastructure, what I just need to board a coach or board a train down to Lagos, walk and get back to my place. What the hell am I doing in Lagos? But you could see majority of the governors, they are just money-making governors. If they have fixed up all these states, Lagos won't be full of hawkers. Lagos won't be full of street beggars. When you come in on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, you see trunk of people from the north, trunk of people from, from the north generally. They come in knowingly and unknowingly, they settle down somewhere, and they believe they are in a lawless. They will believe they are in a lawless state, because the way I'm saying things, Lagos is more or less a lawless state now.
There's no organization.
There's no organization. That's why you could see an Okada man that does not have database, that will just put his Okada man on the road. When he rob, how do you want to track him? Does he? Did you really profile them? Did you give them identity that you can use to identify each one of them? Lagos is more porous the way I'm saying things now. Lagos is more porous. That's why you can easily be saying ethnic clashes. Hausa today, Yoruba tomorrow, Hausa Yoruba clashes. Because they are not profiled. Some will follow tomato, some will follow cow, come to Abattoir there. Go to Abattoir and see insecurity there. Go to Agege there, Shanti there. So I don't know. The Lagos government has to be more proactive, for God's sake.
Okay. Yoruba Igbo Arewa Middle Belt elders back Masari's self-defense.
Will I say they are on point? Will I say they are on point? Because Masari's self-defense that said we should carry arms to defend ourselves against, attack from the bandits. Now, same president, commander-in-chief, issued an order that the military should crush anybody they, found with illegal ammunition. So, if they ask you not to take up a arm, and a policeman see arm in your hand, a soldier, a DSS see arms in your hand, how will you defend yourself? When it starts,
but the governor said the residents should take up arms.
The residents should
defend themselves.
I won't be surprised that the residents that take up the arms, by the time they take up the arms, they themselves, majority of them will be using that arm to perpetrate evil. Counter retaliations, retaliative offenses. You will start seeing that. If I have beef with you before, maybe I have beef with you, and I'm armed, I can use that.
If you know also that I'm armed, would you still come and?
But everybody can be armed. Where is even the arm to possess? Can you even afford the arms to get? No, go to the market. I don't even know where they get all those arms from. But they are not cheap to come by. That is it. So it's easier said but than done. And you can only talk, but the consequence of the talk, the statement you make. Do you know?
Should the residents now be left at the mercy of these bandits and kidnappers?
The problem now is there was a way, traditional way, our people, when we were in regional system, we've been protecting ourselves. Right from the community policing, community vigilante, every Oba, every Bale should know his terrain, should be able to take care of his domain. And those the crisis in North, if they have done that, they put responsibility of the security into the domain of every Bale, every Obi, every Oba, every Emir, and let them know the people entering there. A stranger entered into my community today. I should be able to know who are these Fulani herdsmen. Are they invisible? Are they ghosts? Are they ghosts? You see, I'm so sick of leaders that will just pronounce statement and they will not reason, they will not use their mental brain to they will not use their brain to actualize what they're saying. You say people should acquire arms. Is it masses that have been impoverished that will start looking for arms, that is looking for food to eat? How is that possible? How is that possible? I think our leaders need to be thinking deep. Even first of all, to think inside the box before they start thinking out, because they are not thinking inside the box. How will they think outside the box? The truth has to be told. You ask me now to go and find arms to defend myself against Fulani killer S-men. And me, I'm just, my duty is, my jobs is just wake up, go to my farm, harvest some products in my farm to go and sell, to have money in my pocket. Now, if I don't have that money to procure ammunition, will I go and steal? Or will I go and go to gun shop that, please, my governor has said we should procure ammunition to defend ourselves. Can you loan me, or can I pay you small? How is that possible? Do you even know any gun shop around that you can go to procure? Or will you go and meet military men that, Mr. Masari, Governor Masari has said we should, find ammunition to defend ourselves. So, Sergeant, can I borrow your gun? How is that possible? No, is it possible? You look at it. Is it possible? Is it possible for a masses, for citizens that have not even sure of the square meal in a day, they will not be sure of the money to go and put? That's ara nonsense to me. Ara nonsense.
Okay, let's move over. Lastly, silver under fire over 3% equity as Buhari begs community to accept 3%.
You see, those one issue is within. As they say, the insect that eat vegetable is on, the plantation is from the plantation of the vegetable. My adage, they say kokoro to je for are for lower. The Niger Delta people are a problem of themselves. Their leaders are their problems. They were there before they arrived at 3%. They have the deputy senate president. They have some vocal, the ranking senators, ranking house of. You see, I don't know. It's just messy after death. They are now rising up there. They have the minister of state for petroleum, which is Tipre Silva. So they have strong men to back up their agitation, to even promote the agitation. But in Nigeria, you see, we worship once morning. This morning, people, even if you place money here and God's here to worship, Nigerians, I'm sure, will first of all face the money, to worship the money. We worship money a lot in this country, and that is what is leading us to this thing. Everybody is just trying to be money monger. I want to see how I can take a bite of my own national cake. And the national cake gone is not bakeable again. It's not bakeable. They are just fooling themselves. The national cake, but then once the oil, they should give them that privilege of control their resources. So let everybody, that's why I say restructuring will have been the best bet. Let every region take up the resources in hand and pay to this federal, pay to the center. So it's not like the center. Look at what they're saying now about the tax, income tax, the consumption tax. You can't tell me now that Lagos East, Anambra, Osun, and some other states, Ogun State, that has brewery, Benin, that has brewery. You will now be using the consumption, the expenses of those states to feed other nations, to pay other nations tax. Like other nations, other countries. I say other states, like the northern state in Kanu, where they say drinking of beer is haram. It's prohibited. You cannot drink beer openly the way we do in Lagos here. So the money we're spending on, say, we're drinking beer here, we're drinking we're drinking, what's it called? Here, from the Nigerian Bureau, from the MBL, from the IBL. So you now take the tax that the states that where they are consuming the product, you now take the tax to the federal. The federal will now share a country that is against such, that bar those, sales of those items, and you now share. Is it fair? Is it fair? No, let's answer ourselves. Is it fair? It's not fair. It's not fair. I'm producing in my state one item, and it's within my state that is being sold. I didn't take it to, outside state. And when I sold it now, you now say I should be bringing the tax up there so that I will give the person that rejects that product from being, being sold in his territory. So that's not fair. Listen, and I think we are getting there. Rivers have gone to court and they've won the case. Kudos to Wike on that. Let other governors wake up from the slumber. As Lagos is trying to do that now, I think Lagos is trying to do that. I think they have to follow suit. Governor Wike has set the pace. And that's why I say I like that governor at times. He's brave. He's brave to act. He's always brave. And that's the kind of person that me I can take as an idol, because I'm brave. I'm very blunt. I'm very blunt. I'll say it the way it is. So that's just my own stake. You can't take what you don't, right?
Okay.
Produce. You cannot take what you don't produce. And you cannot have a stake on what you outlaw. Say you don't want. So what you don't want now, you have told me, oh, I say, Omo, I know they take Gary, I know they sell Gary, and now me they are where they make Gary. You want to be partaker of my income of sales, return of sales on the Gary I sold, and you said you don't even want to near that Gary issue. That Gary is poisonous too. Is that when I now sold my own Gary, you still now coming to meet me that we have to share the profit? Man, to hell with that kind of policy.
Okay, somebody's asking on Sunday's leg. I called Sunday yesterday, and I think he's in Ibadan receiving treatment. He left where he was and left to Ibadan receiving treatment. And as much as you can still support, please support him. His account number will be sent. Please support him. He's still in Ibadan receiving treatment. I don't know if anybody has any other things to say about Mr. Sunday. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Christian, and to the Eastern fans across the globe. Good morning.
Okay, let's look at Samuel Ekpas is saying that Nnamdi Kanu will broadcast from DSS detention on Monday. I looked at that news yesterday. I was not too sure how possible that would be.
Yes, I know you wouldn't be sure because as a Nigerian journalist,
DSS.
you wouldn't be sure.
The way the DSS handled Kanu's case, the British consular brought something to sign. They refused him signing. Somebody that was kidnapped, literally kidnapped, and put in an unknown place. Nobody knows. Only the lawyer and one of the family knows where Nnamdi Kanu is. How would they allow him broadcast from detention?
Well, I think we shouldn't be in a hurry to pass judgment on the position of Simon Ekpa, and we still have time to prove him wrong, or probably he might be making an opinion or a suggestion. But whatever the case may be, I think Monday is just around the corner. Let's wait and watch and see what happens.
It's going to be a mind-blowing report.
Well, of course, the teeming populations of the IPOB family are eager to hear from their supreme leader. And it will be a welcome development, and it will also inspire the air of confidence, and people will be gladdened to hear from their supreme leader. So it will be a welcome development, but my doubt is we are in a system that does not respect people's rights of expression, people's rights of opinion. As I rightly cited that, of course, the DSS dungeon is not a five-star hotel. It has been almost stripped, if not naked, of the entire, of course, gadget or whatever you could use to communicate. So we are yet to see what unfolds, and probably that could chart a way forward. Whether the Nigerian government or the DSS are now repentant Boko Haram, only time will tell. Monday is just here.
Okay, Lagos gets community to flush out street beggars and hawkers. What do you propose?
To flush out street beggars and hawkers. Who made them beggars? That is the fundamental question. Who make them hawkers? These are pertinent issues that should be brought to the table. It's quite unfortunate that, as my brother Kunle said, he said that we only have money-making governors. Of recent, I told you since Monday, the instrument, the minister, some government protesters are moving around, doing all level of harm to the people. I am not against them carrying out their lawful duties, but why must you impound on people's source of livelihood without any cogent reason? You see, you see people's places of making money or seeing bread, daily bread, or even water to drink. Only on the basis that for us, where I was just attaching, they said that you need to expand the company. You see, is it not the same NABGAD that approved the building before they went into production? Only after several years you are coming to demand that they should expand it. Why not give them time to do that rather than sealing the place? Most facilities were sealed, and it is the highest bidder that gets the attention, which is very unfortunate. Then you want to take them out of the streets. Hawkers. Hawkers are people who engage in menial or petty businesses for survival, for the upkeep of themselves and probably their family. Why? Because there is no other place to fall back on. The government of Lagos State has not made any provision. How many factories are working in Lagos? Most of them have gone moribund. Of recent, the almighty WEMCO retrenched over 15,000 workers just without any apology. Okay, if 15,000 workers were retrenched, where do you expect them to work? And you might end up calling them lazy youths or lazy whatever. These are people who are willing to work, not minding the stipends they take home. That is not even enough for them to take them home. But they will work up, if not more than 12 hours, 7 to 7, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., 12 hours. And yet you didn't pay them stipends. You don't call that salary. And now they have been retrenched, not just WEMCO. There are other facilities, fabrics and others. They are going moribund. Even the, what do you call it, in Guinness. The Guinness are also retrenching. And most of their staff, full staffs have been dismissed or paid off. So what they are doing now is they are hiring contract workers, casual workers based on contracts. So it is the height of irresponsibility on the part of this government. You see, okay, you want to take away the hawkers from the streets, which of course they are not constituting nuisance. They are fending for themselves because the government has not provided any facility for them to be engaged. So how do you think that this government will see goods? How do you think that it will be better for this government? That is the question. You know how many millions that are hawking? Look at, they are after Okada riders. Most gadgets resort to Okada riding because there is no other way they can engage themselves so that you can't keep on depending on people. They decided to, okay, let me engage in one or two things and see what I can do for myself. It might not meet up with my financial obligation, but then it's a way of just keeping the soul, body, and heart together. You see, they use, like, look at the car or whatever they call them, okay, their boss or whatever, task force. They only derive pleasure, satisfaction in aggravating the already worsened economic states of the people. You see, these people has no think tank. They don't make use of their faculty. Before you embark on such projects, or what you don't, if you consider them a nuisance or whatever, why not build a place for them to absorb them? And how many places can you build to avoid several millions? I mean several millions that are hawking. By hawking, I don't mean people that just carry goods on the head. You see the roads, the street sellers, people along the streets who displace their goods or whatever to sell. These are also the people they're after. You see, they are categorized among the hawkers because they don't have any structure or shop where they operate from. You see, if you must abolish such things, then you are calling for catastrophe. Probably the governor of Lagos State will one day be kidnapped. Because if you close down the entire means of people survival or livelihood, there is no other option left for them than to engage in the already aggravated situation, to encourage more crime, because there is no other way, except for few of us who, of course, by virtue of this position or religious position, we not want to engage in that. But the Bible said, when injustice is not addressed, even the elites might stumble, which is very unfortunate. So it is anti-people policies that is being promoted and forced on the masses. So they should do the needful. Government of Lagos State generates more revenue that will be enough to run 10 states in Nigeria. If there is adequate accountability and transparency in how they spend such resources, it will be enough to drive a viable state, 10 states. Lagos State allocation sometimes even is more than that of the neighboring African countries. So what are we saying? What is the population of the Lagos State? What is the land surface area of Lagos State is less than 4,000 kilometers square rather. So you can see that people are already there is population explosion. Other states, there should be a deliberate and decisive attempt to develop other regions, to extend infrastructures to other neighboring states within Lagos State, so that these people can probably migrate to such regions and decongest the already troubled states.
Okay, Yoruba, Igbo, Arewa, Middle Belt elders back Masari self-defense call.
In fact, yes, they will find it better to back him. Why? Because probably he's a notable figure, and this is a position I have maintained for barely 4 years now. But thank God that even Masare, a sitting governor, which has all the immunity at his disposal, which is the chief security of the state, is coming in terms with the reality at this time, because it has gotten to his oblocos. You see, it has gotten to his public region. He can't now run away from that. Now, of recent, Buhari claimed, or his chief security claimed, that people that are killing Nigerians or the indigenous people of this region are foreigners. By implication, the government itself has indicted himself or itself. By implication, he's just telling us that the sovereignty of the Nigerian state has been threatened. If foreigners are invading your country, your territory, killing and manning your own citizens, supposed citizens, in quotes, and you have not deemed it necessary to build up your security outfits against them, to repel them. Even when they come into your own territory, you have not arrested any one of them, let alone killing one. They attack and go back free, not just once, but consistently. What is that telling us? That the sovereignty of Nigeria should be withdrawn. Why? Because the government, who is saddled with the responsibility of protecting life and property, has failed in its primary objective, primary purpose. So the sovereignty of Nigeria, the sovereignty which Nigeria enjoys, should be hence forthwith withdrawn or dissolved. That is exactly the same message the governor of Katsina State is now sending to the public, to the world. When he said that everybody should take up arms, what does that suggest? He invariably is advocating for the suspension of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which does not recognize or encourage individuals to take up arms. He's just telling us that the government of Nigeria has collapsed. That is the next Afghanistan in the making. Yes, that is. I'm a public analyst, so I have to analyze things objectively, so that people can understand the intrinsic, the nature of the situation we found ourselves, and the position of a sitting governor. Is it in recent part he had a shot or a photograph with the bandits, the heads of the bandits. Probably he was exploring every means possible to pacify this wild beasts you call the bandits, but that could not solve the problem. Giving them money and spending the hard-earned money of the Katsina State indigents or residents shouldn't have solved the problem.
Somebody is asking a question. But if that is mindset mentor, he's saying, if the sovereignty of Nigeria is dissolved, who will take its 220 million citizens?
God bless you. Maybe he is ignorant of what is happening. In Katsina State, the national dailies reported over 200 were killed. Then if they could admit that 200 people were killed, quote me anywhere, I stand to be corrected, you may likely multiply it by a factor of 10 to get the exact figure. There is something that the governor, which is of APC extraction, there is something he saw that moved him. There is something he saw that he could not withstand. There is the level of casualty, massacre he witnessed himself, that he could not contend it within himself by making such assertion, public assertion, that everybody should take up arms. Invariably, he is telling the people of Katsina State that he himself, as the chief secretary of the state, has failed in his responsibility and henceforth could no longer guarantee the safety of life and property of the residents of Katsina State, that they should not take up arms into their hands. So the sovereignty of Nigerian state has already been destroyed, and that is why, of course, people are calling from the north, they are calling for Islamic nation, which already is in existence. The southwest are calling for, of course, Oduduwa nation. They are seeking for self-preservation. And the east are only calling for, of course, the Biafra that is here already with us. The middle betters are now no longer happy or interested in the system, first system called Nigeria. So which 200 millions are you talking about? There are people that...
Who will take us?
Who will take us?
200 million.
I have defined the position.
Okay.
There are countries of the world that are less than 2 million. The Israel you are hearing all over the world, that is in charge of the economy of the world and among the world powers. How many is their population? invariably about 8 million or thereabout, less than. There are countries that are doing exceptionally well that are less than 1 million. But because of their engagement and involvement and self-development of their own citizens, they have placed themselves in the mark of the world. They are forces to be reckoned with. So what is the need of 250 or 500 million people without vision, without focus, without objectivity, without direction? What is the need? We are just groveling in darkness, abject poverty. We are celebrating the most impoverished region of the world. We are celebrating the most intolerant nation of the world that does not allow or tolerate free movement or free expression of one's religions. So what is the need of the 200? You are just saying 200 that are hunger, that are going haggard and hungry. So what is the need of the 200 million? You are saying you're up to 200 million with emptiness. You are over dependent on other countries for survival. Even toothpick you can't produce, you are 200 million. Even match, you can't produce. You have to import it from China. You are 200 million. 200 million of stupidity. God punish your generation. You are 200. What is the 200 for? I'm not trying to insult or curse anybody. But we got to understand and reason objectively. You see, 200. How can we continue in this 200 million to protect the 200 million under this first system? And people are dying. Look at when they say 200,000, 200 died. It is not 200 fowl. It is not 200 goats. It is not 200 cattle. These are 200 human beings created by God, who share the same image of God, like I myself and you, who unfortunately by just the virtue of finding themselves within the construction of Nigeria, this construction called Nigeria, have to lose their life in a more gruesome manner. So what is the need of preserving the 200 million under this contract? Nigeria is gone. Thank God I'm vindicated today that the position of the governor of Kaduna State elucidates more of this position, which I have maintained over the years.
Any final thoughts, Mr. Chigozie?
Well, for me, of course, there is no other final thought that what I have maintained, that this country is gone. It is no longer coming from Chigozie. The governor of Katsina State have joined the league. I have won another convert in canvassing for the dissolution of the Nigerian state by saying that everyone should take up arms. The constitution of Nigeria has been suspended forthwith. And what else? If the sitting president could not protect her own states, her own brothers and sisters, supposed brothers and sisters, then how do you expect me to trust my future? How do you expect me to entrust my safety in his hands? Please help me to answer that question.
Thank you very much.
But Biafra is here. That is the only solution. I hope this food will not fall again. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raphael. Good morning.
Good morning, Chuku.
I want to ask you a question they asked him. I want to get your response. Do you support the dissolution of Nigeria?
The
Dissolution of Nigeria.
dissolution of Nigeria? Yes.
Okay.
Nigeria should go.
Okay. He said that
Nigeria should go. Nigeria is a country that is structured or was structured under falsehood and darkness. Imbalance, unparalleled platform.
okay.
The platform on which Nigeria was structured is not parallel, is not well balanced, is falsified false school.
He said the sovereignty of Nigeria should be withdrawn.
The solution of Nigeria, I support it. That's what the young man is saying. Meaning he's supporting the solution of Nigeria.
Asking surrender to whom? If you are going to withdraw Nigeria's sovereignty, who are you going to surrender it to?
Yes, if you ask me, I would invite other Westerners to come and take over Nigeria. Good Western countries. I will stress my point. One, if United States of America will come back here for neo-colonization, I will support it. If Germany will come here so that we will be the first country colonized by Germany, I will support it. If Israel will come here to take over the affairs of Nigeria, I will support it. Are you listening to me? If Canada will come here, if it happens that we are clamoring for the solution of Nigeria, neo-colonialism, I would like Canada to take over the affairs of this country and re-colonize us, because we are not getting it right. What is happening in Nigeria is not what made us to have independence. It wasn't our goal. We were not heading to that direction in 1960 when we got our independence from the conservative socialist Britain. We got our independence to be an advanced society, advanced country. A country where hopeless people come and regain back their hopes. A country where people on political asylum will come and get greener, green pasture, protection, security. I'm telling you that the arrangement called Nigeria can never ever be comes 10 years time. In 10 years time, this arrangement will be dissolved thoroughly. If it fails to do so, I'm telling you, everybody will run helter-skelter. Okay. An arrangement called Nigeria existed some times ago, early 70s, early 60s. After the First Republic, nothing like Nigeria anymore. Some persons from Sahara Desert, some persons from Sahel countries come here and bought us over. I reject it. I wasn't among the people that were bought with any price. I'm an Igbo man. The low mentality people of the North, I'm sorry to call you low mentality because
not all of them.
Not all of you.
All of them.
Not all of you, dear Northern brothers, allow themselves to be bought over by these nomads from Futajelon Highlands. They bought them over what I don't know. I don't know why an Hausa man could not stand on his feet and defend himself, his wife, his family, and children. Religious, political wise. Religion, politics wise. Why should they allow Fulani to come and inherit your land and wear you like clothes? Why? Does it mean that Fulanis, they are your messiahs? Are they your messiahs? Are they your saviors? I don't see the reason why Fulani should come and establish in the corners, northwest, the Emirates. For what? Caliphacy. What's the meaning of that? Does it mean you did not have your original or traditional religion before the coming of Ottoman Danfodio? I, Igbo man, my original traditional religion is Judaism, which was later translated to, just little, just handful of, more or less paganism. And of course, you see, today, my region, we are all Christians. Nobody can tell us who to worship. My papa, no, my father. My father knew it's only one God. Nobody can just come and force religion on me, tell me to worship this person, throw this person. No. Introduction of Islamic religion in the northern Nigeria by Ottoman Danfodio is the major cause of the problem we are facing today in Nigeria.
Are you saying Islam is the problem?
It is the problem
of Nigeria.
Yes. Yes, I said it
Many
often and
people
often.
don't agree with
See,
Mr. Raphael.
no, they can't. You have 2 Nigeria, you have 4 Nigeria, you have the one that call himself brain mentor or whatever. I don't know the kind of brain he's mentoring there. That always asks some cheapish, foolish question online there. Talibanism, Talibans in Afghanistan, who are they? Islam, Muslim. Al Qaeda, the leader of Al Qaeda that bombed the Twin Tower, WTO in New York in 2001, a Muslim, Islam, in the person of Osama bin Laden. He is from Saudi Arabia, the ruling class of Saudi Kingdom. The people that are tormenting Nigeria in the northeast, killing until they killed Sunday Omar Ade, my childhood friend, is penning me. They are Muslims, Islam. The so-called banditry, that is a business today that is so lucrative and thriving in the northern Nigeria, core north. They are all Muslims. They mask themselves on a daily basis. They attack indiscriminately. They don't want to know if you're a Muslim even or a Christian. They are Muslims. The ISIS, an organization that has taken virtually the whole Turkey, the whole Syria, the whole Middle East, Europe today. ISIS, Muslims. They are Islam. Are you listening to me? The incessant attack and rocketing, launching rockets into Israeli territory last year and even this year by Hamas and the Hezbollah. Who are they? Muslim, Islam. A religion that was introduced 630 AD. Are you listening? You online that is asking me such dangerously cheap. It is dangerously cheap. As for me, such question. Islam, 630 AD. What are you saying? 630 after the introduction of Christianity on earth by Jesus Christ. 630 years. Why could we fall to such religion? A religion that came later, 600 years later after Christianity. Out of these two, which one is adulterated and original? You are telling me, am I saying that Islam or Muslim is the cause of this problem? Let me ask you another question. Someone was incarcerated since 2015 because he was a leader of a group called Shiites. Who is that person? Exactly, a Muslim within the contents of Islam. Who incarcerated him? General Mohammed Buhari. Who is he in Islam? Sunni. The entire Saudi Arabia are Sunni Muslim. Are you listening to me? He incarcerated that elderly man because he's a Shiite. Who is he? A Muslim. Islam. Are you listening to me? Who sponsored the collaboration and the synergy that succeeded on abducted Nnamdi Kanu at Nairobi airport? Muslim. Islam. Listen to me. Listen. No, it's a liar. It's a lie. Yeah. No, they are not. You are not there. No, they are not there. They are playing the roles, if ever they did, behind the scene. But people that came out and said, Nnamdi Kanu, Chege, Lulu Wanka, Big Baba, Lai Mohammed, Malami, Abubakar Malami, Ibrahim Buhari Muhammad. Wait, Femi Adesina, I don't know. Listen, I'm telling you the people, the synergy, the cooperation, people that coordinated the arrest and abduction of Nnamdi Kanu at Nairobi airport. Majority carries the vote. See, if you say Ngigetuk party, if you say Ifan Yoba and the rest of them, please, mind what you say. It's an accusation. It's a mere accusation. These are the people that came out and started abusing the young man on the camera. These are people that came out and write on Twitter that they are going to kill us like mosquito and cockroach. Remember the what do you call it? The problem, what transpired between Twitter and other network company and Nigerian government, among them, the three, last month, that led to the banning of Twitter. American social media giant company. It is what come out from their mouth. How many gigas and makers are there? That kind of tweeting, you are talking to the whole world. Don't you see that tweeting as a Taliban threat to Igbo nation? Taliban threatening Yoruba nation. Let me tell you, before you know it, the Taliban called Boko Haram, sponsored by Buhari, will take over the whole Nigeria. The Taliban called Boko Haram. Are they not the part of ungovernability of Jonathan's regime? Someone promised him ungovernability. Ungovernable. Have you forgotten in a haste? Do you think that some of us don't magnet the past events on our brain and it doesn't erase? You can't erase it off. If it goes off your memory, not mine. I'm telling you. These people are the cause of this problem. Islam is a religion of peace, we know, but some people are overdoing it. Because their forefather, Ottoman and Fodio, came and tell them, jihadism is it. If you kill, you go to heaven. That's why Buhari is killing everybody. Boko Haram is killing everybody. The bandits are killing and maiming. They don't want IPOB to exist because we are not Muslims. It is an aberration, an abomination from somebody from a regard to become a Muslim. That is us. If Israel is becoming Muslim there, some of them, we cannot be. And I will go and challenge Israel that I am more Hebraic and Jewish than Israel. Yes. If I'm saying that I'm a Jew, I'm giving Israel honor and respect. I am more Hebraic, more Jewish than Israel. What are you saying? Jesus Christ said, no more, what do you call it? No more Jews, no more Gentiles. Thank you.
No bond servants, no
slave, no master anymore. So what are you saying, telling me?
Okay, let's move over from
So we are saying the truth here. I don't hide the truth.
We won't rest until we regulate social media in Nigeria, like Mohammed is saying.
He will not rest until, see, let me tell you, he will not be alive to see social media thrive. Social media thrives. Social media will be thriving and progressively moving forward. He will not be alive to witness it. Sometimes ago, some people predict that they cannot be alive. See, so people emancipated from southeastern Nigeria, within some weeks they died. Mysterious deaths. Are you listening? Do you want me to count them? I don't want to count them. I don't want to enumerate them here. Why must you swear with your life?
No, he said we won't rest.
He will not rest. He will be restless.
We regulate
restless. He will not relent. Yes, he will be working harder and harder. Even when children of men, sons of men are asleep, Lai Mohammed will be working, putting everything in order to see that social media will not be thriving, working in Nigeria. It will not rest, though. It's a promise, and God has endorsed it. It's a seal deal between God of the whole heavens and Lai Mohammed. He will never rest in his life. Let me tell you, come what may, this regime is coming to an end in 2023, true or false. Lai Mohammed will be working to see that social medium ceases. No, regulation, no. You don't regulate it. The whole world is a global village. You don't regulate it in Dubai. You don't regulate it in Europe. You don't regulate it in America. You don't regulate it in Antarctica. You don't regulate it in Oceania. It can never be regulated in Asia and Australia. It is a free gift by the so-called Western world, Western civilization, that the so-called Boko Haram rejects. Buhari rejects. Taliban, Abbas. Taliban detest it. Western civilization, they are using gun, they are using phone. All these people are illiterates. They lack understanding and what? Perfect perception of things going around the globe. Why are you telling me that you reject, you reject or you debunk everything that Western civilization represents? While you are using phone, you are watching television. Is Taliban in Afghanistan, are they the one that invented telephone? Somebody bad invented it some time ago. Are the Taliban invented television? Are they the inventors of airplane? Or shall I write brothers? Modern aluminium airplane was handworks of some people as a result of seriously, diligently hard-working people. Result of their hard works. And we hail them. You say reject such civilization. They have taken over Afghanistan. Wait for the Nigerian Taliban. If Nigerian myopic politicians desist from doing the needful, see these Taliban in the northeastern Nigeria, They are coming for ya. Oh, you're out very soon.
Okay, let's look at Yoruba Igbo. Arewa Middle Belt Elders back Masari self-defense call.
Self-defense is not a call that started yesterday. Self-defense, someone started it in the mid-belt, someone proposed it, and with all audacity and prerogative, he made his own point clear to every Nigerian that is very, very important for us to defend ourselves. I mentioned them in the person of T.Y. Danjuma, Theophilus Danjuma. He said you should defend yourself. Don't allow Fulani herdsmen to kill you. Don't allow the so-called bandits to kill you. Defend yourself. Autumn made such statements some time ago. If Matawele or Zamfara said it, or Katsina, why are we clamoring about it? Is that a new song? It is an old song. Because the security apparatus of this country, because due to its overwhelming porosity, has failed Nigerians to secure Nigerians. Every nook and cranny of this country are exposed to security porosity. Because people in the desert over there, they are trooping into Nigeria through the creek roads, porous borderline, all in the name of the same religion. Because they speak Hausa, they are Muslims, they can come in. Now religion, I tell you, when I'm making my point, some people think I'm just sidelining some people. I'm saying the truth. It is truth that can heal what? An open wound. It is the clear conscience that can heal an open wound. When your conscience are clear, when you have clean intention, you fear nobody. Okay, I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm saying the truth. I know that sometimes they wash out at Aso Rock, government houses. They say, "Who are these rich serfs? They are poor. They don't have work doing." Blah 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 blah.
Okay.
Have you developed Nigeria and create works for the youths? All the development sectors, they are dilapidated. Infrastructural development, employment development, all of them are down. Industrialization. What are you talking about that one? How could you have industries where people will be working day and night, hourly? When you are busy siphoning the money into Europe, into America, Asia, our money. How do you think industrialization will take over in Nigeria? Will happen in Nigeria, will take over this country. If industrialization will come, almost everybody will have money. You don't have time to go to come and to journalist angle, hang out and start gossiping or accusing government of wrongdoings. But because they are culpable, they are the one that are thieves, they are stealing money, they are accusing civilians, Yahoo, 419, blah blah blah, drug this, gay, Igbo, this or that. Have you done your job? Have you fulfilled the promise you gave the people? You promised us you are going to develop this society. You did not. During the electoral campaigns, everybody promises, promise A, promise B, promises. At the end of the day, somebody that is called himself a Nigerian president will come and say it is a political promise.
Why not talk, Mr. Raphael?
Oh God! So you can promise some people that you will do this thing. Later you say, I said it actually is a political promise. What a country! So what do you want me? Final take. Anyway, my final take on the solution of this arrangement called Nigeria. I think Nigeria is 107 years now. That's since 2014. Nigeria was due to be dissolved, to be disintegrated, to be dismembered 7 years ago. That was an arrangement. How the British, how? That was how Lord Lugard and his wife, that was the arrangement in 1914. That after 100 years, both sides, any provinces that is felt he is self-determined, realized that is, okay within itself. Such province has the right, such region has the right to dismember, to distance himself, to disintegrate, to go. So the amalgamation pact this time around has expired. Not if felt okay, can go. Southeastern Nigeria, if felt okay. Yes, of course, you know southeastern part of that country called Nigeria, we're okay. We are okay. Within ourselves, you know, it is so obvious to every big canale that southeastern part of Nigeria is okay. So we can go. Southwestern Nigeria, as everybody can see, they have started the agitation in the recent time. Successfully, they conducted it. So you should allow the Oduduwas to go. Forget what the usurpers called Nigerian political vultures, politicians are doing. They are there to benefit only their family. They are telling you one Nigeria because of the money they are seeing. If they could be in your position and my position, they will be singing more than I. They will be singing disintegration more than I. Forget it. The arrangement called Nigeria has expired 107 years ago, 2014.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Raphael. We have come to the end of Bystanders at the Newsstand this morning. Well, it's a wonderful day. Thank you for responding and also giving your own comments on the live chat this morning. I'm Christian Chuku on this wonderful edition. Big thank you to the man behind the camera, Mr. Femi. As long as you can support our analysts and also support Flip TV, we have a GoFundMe account that you can contribute and also support what we do here in Flip TV. Mr. Sunday is currently receiving treatment in Ibadan, and I'll have to get a report tomorrow on what he has done so far. Thank you for supporting Mr. Sunday. Bye for now till tomorrow as we meet same place, same time by the grace of God. Bye for now.